Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome in. Bringing you my electric DPS slash healer build. We're just going to be covering precision DPS because I'm not a might DPS, I'm a precision DPS. So just want to clarify that. But yeah, let's jump into it, shall we? So in terms of weapon, obviously we take blast adapter. I'm brawling into we're going to start with AoE one. So we take the brawling into the martial arts. Obviously we got circuit breaker as our head. White mod, relentless precision, berserker in the back, penetrating strikes in our chest. I have not changed my leg one. There's nothing really here, anything. If I was going to take any one of these, I'd probably take the overcharge. That's what that would be. And then obviously with the boots, Tumbler Master, hands max damage. With the face, like I say, if you want to go pure prec, get precision mod. I've just not changed this over yet. I've just been lazy. I've not really changed it over yet. And obviously artifacts, what we're rocking. We have the strategist card, transformation card, and then I have a Quizlet. This is what I'm currently running. I'm probably going to be checking out that new artifact when it arrives in the next update. So we're going to see what that kind of pulls and what that kind of does once it's here on live. There's no point in me going over to the test server and trying to number crunch because the chances are it's probably going to change by the time it hits live. So there's really not much point going over there. It's just pointless. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's jump in, shall we? Let's go ahead and get rid of my camera too, so you guys can see the numbers. There we go. We're in business. So in terms of a loadout, we have Tesla Ball. This is not a bad damage ability. It does good single target damage, but it also does good AoE damage. Like it's not the worst. Obviously we clip that with our wired, which is our precision weapon attack buff. And then we have Exabyte and tuned robot psychic to do a little bit more electric damage. And then we have Whirling Dervish to cancel out, and we have Vortex Trap to cancel out. In terms of our supercharge, obviously Circuit Breaker, which is pretty much near Venom Boost, but on steroids, pretty much. In terms of the way that is spec, obviously we get the Brawling Mastery into the Shuriken Storm Mastery. And then from there, we go down here in Super Speed. You can grab Phase Dodge if you really wanted to. I just don't. And to be honest, I actually will. And the reason why, I'll tell you in a minute. And then in terms of the iconics, this is how I've got my iconics. And then stat points, obviously weapon expert, critical attack chance, critical attack damage, precision, and then the rest go into might and power. Okay? Reason why I picked up phase dodge. If I'm in content where there's not much point rerunning the pet, I will swap it out for phase dodge. Reason why is this allows me to rotate in a little bit better, right? So like if we're doing this, right, and we're going about our rotation, blah, 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 right? Rotation, that's up now. I can phase dodge that, jump that out, and keep about my business. So it allows me to fit in another clip, right? And where content is finical, where you don't really want a pet. I mean, if you didn't want to run phase dodge, I mean, you could run the shield flux if you really wanted to. But yeah, that's pretty much what I would run, would be phase dodge. So let's put this psychic back on and do a quick little pass for you. Summon him out. Here we go. Ready? So left to right. So 1 and 2. We're gonna hit this one. We're gonna jump cancel that one. We're gonna spin the win again. Boom, boom, boom. Jump cancel. I'm gonna keep this one up. We're gonna jump cancel. We're gonna ignore that weapon buff. And we're just gonna keep going about our business here. As you can see, we just pulled a 3.7. I mean, that just tells you enough about this loadout. So we just pulled a 3.7, 3.75, 3.78, and a 3.3. Okay? So this does more than enough damage, in my opinion. It does more than enough. Let's jump into single target. So single target is a little bit different because the way the weapon works is a little bit different. You don't really want to run Vortex Trap because it kind of pins you a little bit more, where like you want to base around the jump clip, right? And you want to try and keep up off the ground as much as you can. That's just kind of how that's played. So instead we take phase dodge instead, you know. So obviously with this we do 1 and 2. We'll go about our business here. I don't know why it's pulling me down to the ground the way it is. Kind of weird. And then we can cancel that one, jump clip out. I don't know why it's pulling me out of what it's doing here. Keeps doing it. You see that? Like it's like pushing me down to the ground. As you see, we did a 1.4. It's a bit on the low side, if I'm being totally honest. I don't know why it's pulling me out the way it is, because it shouldn't be doing that. It's not doing it now. Like, that's so weird. Let's go over here, see if it does it on this one. I know I can pull more than that, so. No, it's doing it again. You see that? Like it's pushing me down to the ground when I'm trying to do my pass. And I'm trying to jump. It's pushing me down to the ground every time, dude. Have they changed how precision users can use their weapon or something? Because that's really weird. But either way, we pulled a 1.4. That's without a supercharge. I mean, it's not the greatest. But, I mean, with a supercharge, I mean, you'll pull well over 1,800 with a supercharge active. So, it's more than enough. Like I say, I'm not trying to be the best out there. In terms of my allies for single target, my allies single target is this. And in terms of my AoE, we'll switch back over and I'll show you because I totally forgot about the allies for a second. That's my AoE allies. So the only difference, what change, is Superman to Krypton in terms of AoE versus single target. In terms of my healer, so this is my healer build. This is what I've been rocking. Pretty fun to rock. Let's go into the gear. So in terms of the gear, we've got blast adapter in our in our weapon. In our head mod, I've still got flooded power as I was water. I'm gonna see what I can do here because that could be something quite valuable for me. So realistically, there's not a lot of option here. There's not. There's just really not a lot of option here. So personally, what I would do is if you're gonna run a supercharge, I'd take this. This is the supercharge for electric. But like I say, I don't run a supercharge, as you can see in my loadout. I'm not running the supercharge. What supercharge that is, though, is this one, the group transducer, which is a protective shield, and that would be swapped out for that, right? So if you were to run that, you could run this instead. I personally don't run it. I run Electrogenesis instead. Let's continue down the way. Obviously, back and chest don't really change, but there are good ones for that. Unfortunately, I'm just running my omnipotent pieces, so I can't really change them. In terms of legs, I don't think there's a leg one either. There's not. So like all of these are pointless for a healer as well. So they're pointless. So yeah, not a lot of options, but we don't really need them. It's fine. But yeah, we take restorative adapter. We take group transducer if you're gonna run a supercharge. Obviously, focus restoration. If you don't have the OP pieces, I would suggest running for the back. Let's jump into this. I would suggest Arc Lightning. And then for the chest, I would suggest extended supercharge. Probably. It's probably the way I'd go about it. Either that. Yeah, I would do extended supercharge for the chest if I was running just healer gear. They would be for the chest and back. In terms of boots, obviously Tumbling Master. In terms of hands, max damage. Obviously standard restoration in our face. We've got Purple Healing Ray, Page of Destiny, and Transformation card as our artifacts. In terms of allies, see now this is where it gets a little bit interesting. I'm trying something different. So obviously Zeus, Bolt of Zeus from Shazam. That's like go to every goddamn time. Every time that I try and heal, I'm always using this. Okay, this is bread and butter for a healer. It's super nice. That being said, because we're electric, we can use static. And it says, electrifying or polarizing an enemy increases critical healing chance by 11% and magnitude by 15%, but it reduces total healing done by 18% for 20 seconds. It sounds like it's negative, but I promise you it's not negative. It's one of them allies where it sounds like it's gonna hurt your build, but it actually benefits your build. It's stupid the way that they do this. I don't understand why they do it like this. It's just, it is what it is. The critical chance and the critical magnitude what we get from this alone outweighs the 18% what we're getting reducted from us. So between the 11% and the 15% of the critical chance and the critical magnitude, you're probably gaining about 20 to 25, maybe even 30% additional stats of those aspects, you know, in terms of like a base stat number, you know, and then it's reducting 18% from that 30. Does that make sense? Like, it's so stupid. It's such a weird way that they categorize it, and it's the same as Zod, you know, with the Warrior's Resolve. People think it's such a negative thing to run, where it's actually really not. It's actually very beneficial. Even though that it gets that power regeneration in combat, reduction, you know, you still don't really feel it. So, yeah, static's pretty cool. That being said, in terms of this, if I was running the group transducer and I was running, it's kind of awkward, right? Because the way Shazam works is you want a supercharged generator. I don't even know what it is with electric. What is electric supercharged gen? It's got to be around here somewhere. Should say supercharged generator. Do they even have one? They've got to have one, man. Every power has one. Do you know what? I don't actually think they have one, dude. What? Power interaction, polarized? No, no. 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 Nope. 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 Do you know what? I actually don't think electric has a supercharged generator, dude. What the actual hell? That's a bit bizarre. Like, it normally says here, like you see how this one says shield, and then it says healer roll and stuff. It will normally say supercharged generator. Ah, there it is. Static push. So static push is a supercharged generator. So the problem is with this, right, is you're trying to fit this on your bar as well, where it's very awkward to do. It's not possible, but it's very awkward. So you would have to run something like this if you were gonna benefit from what I'm trying to elaborate on. You would run this. So like you've still got this going around all your group. You know, you've still got a group heal, you've still got your priority, you've still got the galvanize to kill it, but you would be rocking this to build supercharge so you can get more supercharge, right? I think it's one of them powers. It's not the greatest. I personally just wouldn't run this, right? And the reason why you would run that is because you would run Black Adam with the power of Atin for the supercharger generator abilities, generate 20% more, rather than run a cyborg. I would actually say scrap that, get rid of that. You know, you don't have that then, and then just rock back in Arc Lightning, right? Like so. And I would say just rock this, right? With an extended supercharge on your chest, right? On the chest mod. So whenever you do proc a supercharge, you're going to get that beneficialness back from it, right? Because you'll get the 10% back from using the supercharge in general from your head mod, but then you're also going to get back the 5% for using it on your chest. So that's 15% of your supercharge back. Like 15% of 10k. I mean, you guys do the maths, you know, it's 1500. So, you know, you're going to get 1500 back of your supercharge when you're doing this. So that's what I would do personally. But because I'm rocking my OP pieces and they don't change, we don't do that. So instead, what I do is I just don't even bother rocking that, and then we just run Electrogenesis instead. So Electrogenesis is actually really, really cool. It will go on me, but it will also go on some other group member, and whoever's near me or that other group member get a ton of healing. So say it goes on to the guy what's near me at the back, and then I move away and go and tuck around towards the rest of the group. We're pinching both sides of the group then, so all that healing between both of ours is going towards the group. So it's really, really handy to have. But yeah, in terms of allies, this is what I'm rocking. So I obviously Shazam with the Bolt of Zeus. We've got Cyborg for the all of your base power for the 30% recovery. And then we have Static for the Static Surge. This is really, really handy for us. In terms of traits, let's jump into the traits. Obviously, brawling into the Shuriken Mastery. We then have super speed down. We got the 2 resistances. We then go into the iconics for the super strength. And then I go pure into Restro after I've got my critical healing, critical magnitude. And then I go straight might and power. And in terms of a loadout, it's kind of finical. Obviously, when you're in a raid, you want to do 1, 2, 3, hit 4, 1, 2, and then 6. It's very clippable. So, when you're hitting galvanize, you want to reapply stuff, So that's 1, 2, 3. It's just reapplying everything pretty much. But it's so fluent. Like, everything pretty much is clippable. Like 1, 2, and 3 is clippable, right? 4 and 3 clippable. 4 and 2 clippable. 4 and 5 clippable. You could do 4, 5, 6. It's just crazy. Like, you can do 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3, which I'll try and do now. So it's 4. Oh, we fucked up. Hold on. So it's 4, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3. I missed 1. We missed 1, but yeah, you get the point. It's very clippable. It's a very, very strong healer power. Yeah. Definitely go and check it out for yourself. Go and try it for yourself. If you do like it, give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. I don't know if I'm going to be a healer when the next patch arrives. Just for the fact that, one, like I say, I want to see what the Vixen inspired artifact's going to be doing, which is the DPS artifact. But I am very intrigued to see what the tank artifact is going to be doing. So chances are we may go back to a tank power. I hope you all have fun. Stay blessed, stay good, stay safe. I'll catch you all in the next one. God bless. Have fun. Take care. Laters.